Academically, we really try and be at the top of our game in terms of international universities, international summer programs. The academic programs that we offer is really world-class. It covers a wide variety of topics, a wide variety of fields, and students can really learn from the best in their fields from our institution, but we also get some lecturers from other institutions from across the globe to come and teach. So it's really a program that offers something for everybody. Our classes are very engaging. It's very different to normal academic settings. It's just not sitting in a class and listening to a lecture. There's field trips, there's practicals, there's group work, but there's also solo work. There's presentations, assignments, tests. So we really try and diversify the offerings so that it's not just sitting in a class and listening to people. Very important part of our summer school is to give students that out-of-class experience also by visiting companies, visiting hospitals, clinics, startup companies, big companies, NGOs, different societal influences, the parliament, etc. We really try and get them out of the class so that when they learn about the theory, they can actually see it in practice.
The learning environment was really interesting. It was a little different than what I'm used to in the US, but it provided me like an opportunity to grow. It was really cool to be able to interact with students from South Africa as well as like other countries around the world. And so I feel like I'm more culturally aware, globally aware, and in addition to learning about the topics in the classes that I was taking.
The academic experience of this has been vital towards my future. The different nationalities is exactly what I wanted at my home university, which is not offered. And so I wanted to find a study abroad program that included other nationalities and not just Americans, because I want to engage in people from all around the world in my future profession and not just with Americans.
The academic experience has been like nothing I've ever experienced before. I definitely chose classes on topics I'm interested in, but then like taking them within the context of South Africa I just have a viewpoint that I know that I couldn't get anywhere else.
My name is Dr. Lisa Hallstrom. I am the CEO and the Principal Investigator of BPART Uluntu Centre. We're a not-for-profit research centre in Bokweni in Paarl, South Africa. On hearing about the Stellenbosch program for international students coming to South Africa, we're really happy to have them and to involve them in our training and teaching in Bokweni. It's so exciting to hear the voices of the different nationalities and also the different type of learners that are coming from health to political sciences to law to finances, and it really brings a very warm and interesting conversation to the group. When they come to us, we also wish to involve them in what this community does and look like, so we take them on a little tour in our own Bokweni community.
My name is Bokang Mpeta. I'm a lecturer in economics at the University of Stellenbosch. We went into Kayamandi, and it's always difficult for me because I don't want my students to have poverty tourism. So I want them to just be aware of what the realities are about South Africa's history and how it continues to affect us. So I think it was more interesting for me to see how they were engaging with other people on the streets and how they were being received by other people on the street. And I think that might have helped them to relax a little bit, because when it is the first time that you're encountering poor roads, shacks like that, if you've never seen them in your life, stray dogs, it can be very shocking. It can be very emotionally jarring. And I think it was maybe a reminder to me, because when I go through those spaces, I get desensitized to it. So now I was seeing it from their perspective, and it brought something new to my experience as well.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joanne Kirby. I am a sports medicine practitioner at Campus Health Services, Stellenbosch University, and I'm involved with the School of Public Health Summer School. I've been involved with Summer School for a couple of years now, and it's enjoyable to have the people from various universities, because especially when you do a workshop, they bring what their experience is to you that you can then almost incorporate it here at Stellenbosch as well. So I don't just lecture, I use workshops as well. And at the end of the day, the students then can come up with their own ideas and hopefully go and implement them when they go home to their own universities. Because it's South African orientated, it gives a completely different perspective. We're a developing country. Developing countries are the next developed countries, and they're the places where you can have the biggest impacts.
My name is Annika Berding. I work at the Economic and Management faculty and within the Business Management departments. I really enjoy working with the international students because they all have a voice and they all have an opinion, and they really seem to connect with what's going on in our context. So from an academic perspective, they can definitely look forward to practical things combined with academic things. So I usually stray away from focusing on just the academic side, because that usually students think it's theory and it's a textbook and it's articles, and we do include some theory, but we really try to make that theory a reality, something practical that we can engage with, so that they can look forward to actual case studies, true stories. They get to meet the people from Capitec, for example. It's the Chief Financial Officer, which is quite an interesting person to meet. And from an academic perspective, they can really walk away with what's happening here in terms of theory and the real context.
I definitely think students can learn something here that they cannot learn back home. The elements of intercultural competencies that students develop here, I think, is unique, different to the rest of the world, and the content of the courses is also unique. And a South African twist, yes, but through that it gives them a different perspective from a developing country specifically.